At a certain point in your career as an artist, you would like to exhibit and sell your works, and even make a living from your art. Considering the crucial role of art galleries in the art market as the direct link between artists and the art world, they are the perfect business partner. Finding gallery representation can be a career-changing event for an artist, resulting in recurring exhibitions and sales. However, the path to achieving this milestone can seem daunting, especially for artists who are new to galleries and the art world. This video series will demystify this process, providing practical advice and sharing proven strategies. So, how do you get your art in a gallery? Before we can find gallery representation and have a first exhibition with a top-notch gallery, we need to be ready for it. And this does not only mean that the work needs to be ready for it. There are also numerous things about your artist's profile that needs to be professional and in line with the industry's expectations. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about today. At the end of this video, I'm going to provide you a checklist with some questions, and if you're able to answer yes to all of them, then we're ready to move on to the next step and find a gallery to work with. So first and foremost, the art must be ready. It needs to be able to stand its ground in high-end environment. And the only way to know if your art is ready is by having a good frame of reference. So first, become an expert in your niche and see what is working at the top-notch galleries. If you're not interested in doing this, then you'll never be able to judge your work objectively and with the right frame of reference to see if your work is up for it. This is a topic that can be rather controversial, and we covered it in our extensive video and article on the subjectivity of art and gatekeeping in the art world. Some main characteristics of art that is ready is first and foremost that you have a very clear vision, which reflects in a coherent artist statement. This will result in the second necessity or the second requirement of the art, is that this all-encompassing foundation results in art that is coherent, both stylistically or conceptually. Next, you really need to have at least 10 up to 15 works ready. And I don't mean having created 10 or 15 works that are available, but 10 or 15 mature works that are part of your mature oeuvre after all the experimentation is over and we're finally creating art that is coherent and of the highest quality. And be very honest towards yourself and even strict, kill your darlings, and only make sure that you have the best quality ready that you can offer. Or even more, this is fine if you're looking for a group exhibition. If you want to find a solo exhibition, then you need to have 10 up to 15 works of a single series. So if these works aren't there, then there is nothing to work with for the galleries, and then you're not ready. These artworks need to be priced following the market standards, and if you're not able to meet all these requirements, then perhaps there is some work in the studio for you first. So you can make sure that you can deliver when the opportunity arises, and even more, you have to prove that you can deliver and that you're worth the opportunity. If you're struggling with any of these things, we have multiple videos and articles on our platform and YouTube channel to help you out. We have a video on how to create an artist statement. We also have a complete video and article on style and consistency, including 6 strategies. And when it comes to the pricing, we also have an article and video and even a price calculator for your works. So feel free to subscribe and to have a look on our platform. Up next, we need to make sure that we have already some exhibiting experience. This is important for various reasons. To have a resume that is sufficient, but also to know what you're doing when you're setting up a show, and that the most common mistakes we all make when we're just starting out with exhibiting our work, that we have already made them, learned from them, and now are ready for the real stuff. You can gather some experience by hosting some open studio days, self-hosting your own exhibitions, another topic that we have covered in another video on this channel, but also via art opportunities. Think of exhibitions at the end of residencies, at the end of our art prizes, etc., etc. Up next, you must also be an expert within your niche. And this is in terms of what you are creating now, but also what is going on in the art world, and also what is relevant from an art historical perspective. So we need to have a decent understanding of art history, contemporary art history, and more importantly, about your own niche in contemporary art. Simultaneously, you must also be aware of how working with a gallery goes. If you have no clue what to expect, then most often we won't make a good impression or they can take advantage of you, and this is also something that we very much want you to avoid. Even more, we have prepared a complete article on this topic as well, including an artist gallery contract, a consignment agreement and representation agreement, in which we have an overview of what you can expect. And in a similar vein, you also need to know how the art world works in general. So make sure that you are aware of the different entities and individual actors of the art world. To conclude, we must also professionalize our profile as an artist. You have to create an industry-approved artist website. Needs to include a professional artist's resume, have a professional biography, and other documents we might need are a catalog with available works, certificates of authenticity for your works, and also a central contact list for the networking purposes. These are all must-have documents that are being used and requested on a daily basis in the art world. So make sure that you have these documents ready. If you're unsure how to do so, we have a complete overview of all career tools for artists, everything that you could use, sharing the exact same documents that are being used in the art world today. So definitely do your research here as well, because sometimes you can think that your artist website is professional, but in fact it does not align with the industry approved unwritten rules for artist websites. And the same goes with your catalog with available works, with your resume, with your biography, etc. So this brings us to the following checklists. Is your work ready for gallery representation? Meaning, do you have a clear vision, a recognizable and consistent style and concept? Is it priced following the market standards? Do you already have some exhibiting experience? Do you have a decent resume? Are you an expert within your niche and have a decent knowledge when it comes to contemporary art and art history? Do you know how the artist-gallery collaboration works and how the art world operates? Is your profile as an artist professionalized with an industry-approved website, resume, biography, and all the documents that come with it? If the answer is yes to all these questions, then you're ready for the next step, which we'll discuss in the following video next week within the series on how to get your art in a gallery. Last week we talked about the truth about applying to art galleries, so if you haven't seen that video, please watch that one next, and I'll link in the description all the relevant links, all the things that I mentioned that can help you on the way to make sure that you are ready for that next step. Thank you so much for tuning in today, so feel free to watch last week's video next. Support us on Patreon and please consider subscribing to stay posted for more contemporary art. Bye.